Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ace and I'm back with another reaction video. Here we go. Alright, so the journey down into the rabbit hole of Queen material continues. We are up to track number 10 on Queen's 1974 album Sheer Heart Attack. This song is called Misfire. Now, this is one that I've been eagerly awaiting because I know that it was written by John. I also know that this is the first song that he wrote for the band. So yeah, let's get into it and see what this is going to be about. All right, let's pause for a minute. All right, so it begins with this sort of sprightly acoustic guitar opening that forecasts a jovial tone. It's very bouncy, so far so good. Let's keep going. Wow, okay. One bullet, don't slip. All right, Misfire, let me get into what I think the song is about. So the song is vague enough that it could have multiple meanings. One being, not missing an opportunity, seize the moment, aim right, etc. Or it could be the more quirky, obvious sexual reference if you choose to take it that way. The track has a welcoming offbeat Caribbean pop rock feel to it. It's pretty straightforward in its overall arrangement. The main drum pattern is simplistic with some nice extra percussions on top. The jangly guitars have a lighter, bouncier, and more broad sound than a usual Queen song. More modest and prosaic, but earnest, comfortable, and melodic. John's forward bass line becomes more pronounced as the song reaches its coda. The outro was a cool layering of the single guitar riff already key changed a couple of times into this upward spiral. Lyrically, it's filled with these casually humorous double entendres. What did he say? He was like, yeah, your gun is loaded and pointing my way, don't delay. Vocally, Freddie sings this with a very bright tone. I like the way he takes the chorus up a key during that third go round. At several points, he seems to ascend so far up into a head voice that he essentially transitions into falsetto range. The way the vocals alternate from speaker to speaker, giving the impression of a dialogue, I thought was cool. And the extra harmonies during that brief guitar solo at the midway point, I think adds a further warm feeling to the song. So I would give this song a letter grade of a C+. It's a fun, silly, feel-good song, very enthusiastic, perky, bubbly, with an acoustic pop flair and traces of reggae and yacht rock interwoven. I don't know if the seemingly sexual innuendo was intentional, but it does fit. Unlike most of the other songs on the album, the guitar work doesn't go out of its way to be extravagant and instead kind of rides a comfortable wave from start to finish. Freddie tempers his voice, and he really tempers his voice to sound like well-intentioned, sincere, and endearing in his tone. Despite its outrageously short length, the song has a variety of subtle changes and segues that makes it seem longer than it is. However, it's still way too short. At a minute and some change, it ultimately feels unfinished. This wasn't one of their subdued operatic piano ballads. This one should have been stretched out a little bit more. That said, the song is catchy and harmless, and it's good to have heard from all members now. I know that John has more compositions coming up in the canon, and I look forward to hearing those. So yeah, the overall grade for this particular song is going to be a C+. I think the song, is it iPod or playlist worthy? No, but I think just if I were listening to that album from start to finish, I would definitely let this song play. But now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move on to Bring Back That Leroy Brown.
Bring back that Leroy Brown. Bring back, gotta bring that Leroy Brown. Bet your bottom dollar bill you're a playboy. Daddy cool with a $19 smile. Took my money out of gratitude and he get right out of town. Gotta get him up, steady up, shoot him down. Gotta hit that latitude. Bring back that Leroy Brown. Bring back, gotta bring that Leroy Brown. Big fat Leroy Brown, he got no.
All right, let's pause for a minute. All right, so this was an unexpected hoedown full of energy and spirit. Hey, if you ever run out of coffee, just play this song. It'll work the same way. So let's go back just a little bit.
Bring back that Leroy Brown. Bring back, gotta bring that Leroy Brown. Big fat Leroy Brown, he got no common sense. He got no brains, but he sure got a lot of style. Can't stand no more in this here jail. I gotta rid myself of this sentence. Gotta get out the heat, step into the shade. Gotta get me that dead or alive. Whoa, whoa, big fat Leroy, whoa, whoa.
I'm loving this part right here.
Whoa, whoa, big fat Leroy.
Oh, that was perfect right there. That double bass.
Bring back that Leroy Brown. Bring back, gotta bring that Leroy Brown. Big Mama Lulu Bell, she had a nervous breakdown. Leroy taking her honey child away. But she met him down at the station, put a shotgun to his head, and unless I be mistaken, this is what she said. Big bad Leroy Brown. I'm gonna get that cutie pie. Bring back that Leroy Brown. Big bad boy's the mighty fine sensation. Got himself elected president. We want Leroy for president. Next, you gotta hit a bitty batty with this time. Like a Jimmy Jimmy Leather, he's a big boy, bad boy, Leroy. Get away, you get him. Bring that big bad Leroy back. Want him back.
All right, Bring Back That Leroy Brown. Let me get into what I think the song is about. So the song is certainly interesting, but it doesn't make total sense to me. I'm thinking that it's a reference related to Bad Bad Leroy Brown by Jim Croce. This would have been after he died, so maybe this was them tipping their hat to him. Let me know. So musically, it's a hodgepodge of Dixieland instruments you normally wouldn't find played by a rock band. It's heavily driven by that Django piano and strongly aided by the double bass. I heard what I'm pretty sure is a ukulele. The banjo solo was an unforgettable moment. Freddie's vocals are very committed to the side-splitting spirit of the song, and I also noticed that his leads are multi-tracked. The snappy and distant harmonies coming from the right speaker were really crisp, and I love that breakdown at the halfway mark, and the brisk ending was just perfect. So I would give the song a letter grade of a B. It's hilariously silly with a pretty spot-on ragtime arrangement, as if it were taken from a 1930s music hall. For a British rock band, Queen did a a curiously good job of tapping into the American honky tonk. They sound like a barbershop quartet. It's very spirited and clearly designed to be more of a novelty song to be enjoyed in a moment, and they sound like they were having fun while recording it. Silly as it is, it's yet another example that their style couldn't be nailed down, that they were able to pull off this type of a song with such explicit detail really highlights the just enormous depth of their talent. So yeah, the overall grade for everything is a B. Is it iPod or playlist worthy? Maybe. It's a great song. It's really not the type of song that you would, it's a novelty song, like I said, so it's not the type of song that you would listen to regularly. But you know, if I'm ever compelled to hear something that's kind of in vein of a vaudeville hoedown, this will be the first song I add to that playlist. But how do you feel about it? How do you feel about Queen's Bring Back That Leroy Brown? Leave me some comments, like and subscribe, and until next time, peace.